Welcome to the show about ideas that we don't know the name of the show yet, because that's what today's show is about. We are going to figure out what to call this thing and develop all sorts of ideas. I'm Jared.
I'm Ben.
We're going to spend our first segment in figuring out some ideas of what we can do. Let's start with some core thoughts on what this idea is. In making movies, you've got to come up with ideas. One of the biggest ways to not make movies is to just spin and not spit ideas out quickly. So the goal is to make movies and spit ideas out quickly so we can develop them faster, have more to do, feed the machine. The initial idea or thought was this is like story development, pitch session.
Yes.
And the first idea was the pitch desk.
Yes.
Well, we don't have a desk. And we don't even know if that one's available. So
It's more like we don't even have any ideas yet either. So it's more like the pitch void. The pitch void. Since we're sitting in a void. Pitch void. It's a horrible idea. Are we really brainstorming ideas for the show right now?
Full on brainstorming ideas. I'm just putting them down. So the pitch void. We've got the pitch desk, because that's what we said before. One thing that we were thinking of doing was creating pitch decks.
Yes.
The pitch.
I'm sure that one's definitely not taken.
Is. To start,
Can it be a really long name?
Yeah, why not? Let's
like LFGPD.
LFGPD.
Let's freaking go, pitch desk deck.
No, that would PDD.
Well, the D is ambiguous.
Okay.
Yeah, don't assume my D.
Okay. Some other thoughts would be the idea room.
Idea voids.
Because we've got like another... Here's our thing is we've got another, according to our schedule here, another like 10 seconds to come up with some ideas.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
concept rooms.
Why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't I think of that?
The problem is we usually think about these things well before they happen, and then someone like Robert Rodriguez comes around and just totally steals it.
I know.
The son of a situation.
Cool. Well, there's some ideas, and this is one thing that I am going to say is in doing these ideas, we can also make use of new technologies to speed us up.
You're going to feed them into the machine?
Let's feed them into the machine and see if there's any more ideas. And then we'll just go with one. We might not have it decided quite yet. It might be 4 shows in before we figure out what the heck this show's called.
Let the audience figure it out. They're going to be smarter than some robot.
This is the prompt I'm using. Based on these ideas, what other show names do you have?
You're showing your Apple logo, which means they're going to have an opinion on what we say and do.
Yeah, I'll paint it out.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah. What they don't know is I've figured out a way to install Windows on this machine. No. All right, before we move on to the next bit, here's some suggestions. Playing on pitch is pitch ignition, pitch factory, the pitch lab. Oh, lab, because we were kind of at the lab.
The studio here a lot.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Pitch lab, pitch velocity, pitch point. Focusing idea concept, idea burst, concept collider, the idea forge, concept catalyst, idea stream. Highlighting creative process, story spark, the creative crucible, real revelation, the script surge.
Real revelation, that's clever.
The narrative engine, and then more abstract or intriguing.
I liked ignition, I liked lab, and then engine was kind of fun to hear too. What if it's like something with those 2 words?
Okay.
Igniter lab?
Igniter lab. Let me read through these, and then we'll keep
Igniter
there's
more.
Lab. Yeah, there's another 10. So abstract intriguing would be the blank page, frame 1, the story seed, cinematic genesis, unspooled.
Unspooled is kind of fun. It was cinematic genesis.
And then more playful or quirky is movie mayhem, the idea blender, script shenanigans, real riot, logline lunacy. So
I kind of like logline lunacy.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Well, let's
we should try and find a title that's like 4 words that we can put together that has a clever acronym.
That'll be something to work on.
Yes, homework.
Homework to do. Because our next section that we need to hit on before we run out of time is tone and style. Because with every movie, you have to, if you want people to buy it, you've got to present, this is the tone and this is the style we want to make it in. And then they
Wait, are we talking about the channel though?
the channel though. So
I
we
mean, it
already
doesn't
have
get any more stylish than this.
yeah, we've got our style, white void, and our tone seems to be like we're kind of developing it now. Little quirky, off the wall, somewhat crazy.
I mean, this is how we talk when we're not on camera.
You know,
So we got our style, right?
That's what I'm saying, baby. Oh, maybe there was the other thing besides style. You said style and what?
Yeah, tone and style. So the suggestion, conversational, like, are we playful, energetic, informative, or combative? I'm sure we're going to hit all of those points.
We will hit all of those points.
And our target audience is people that also want to make
God.
movies.
And no, it's
And,
the
hey,
internet
The internet
is
but
our
also,
target audience.
You know who's always looking for movies?
The internet.
And studios. We're an idea factory. So, like, hey, you got ideas.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, we are the studio.
To some, yeah, we are. So ignore that, but we're good at, we make movies and we come up with ideas. Give us money.
Do we make movies?
We do.
Or are we have?
We have made movies.
We have.
We got one in post. I've got the Western documentary. I'm currently on post working with another team on a documentary, and I've got at least 2 that I'm trying to get slated to go into production this year.
Yes.
And ideally more. So we'll see. Let's move on past the tone and style, title generation. So we've brainstormed some ideas for titles. Let's discuss kind of the format of what we're thinking of the show. And I had some ideas.
I thought we were just going to sit down and talk.
We are, but we have to have points or else people lose interest, right?
Well, if you don't, you know.
You got to keep it interesting. So, but there's an actual, in coming up with the ideas, there is an actual process in which you need to structure your presentation. Not so much structure your ideas, not so much structure the
I'm having memories of you and I battling over 3-act structure and how you don't like it. Then you explain to me what your structure actually is. And I'm like, Jared, that's 3-act structure.
But I don't call it 3-act structure. And it's more closer to like a 4-act. But I do it like setup, build, payoff, setup, build, payoff.
I was watching The Martian the other day.
That's a good one.
I'd totally forgotten that it was Ridley Scott. Got to the end when they're doing like the credits, and I'm like, oh, it was a nice breath of fresh air. It was the 4th act.
So anyway, you still have to present your ideas in a certain way if you want story. So that's
why we're here.
That's why we're here. I think what we would do is we start with a prompt in future episodes. Start with a prompt of, hey, this is an idea I was thinking of. Like, I really want to do an erotic thriller for whatever.
I didn't know you'd start there.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about people wanting those, and then finding out it was kind of a fad. But nonetheless, they come and go. But if you're passionate about it, then you got, yeah. And put a twist, and there's the Ben and Jared twist that nobody else can replicate because it's us. So you come up with we come up with our idea, our seed idea. We'll call it the seed. Plant the seed. We brainstorm the seed. Then we hash out an outline. We've got like 5 minutes to come up with 5-10 minutes, whatever it is, a rush outline. Then maybe we come up with one pivotal scene potentially in the movie. It's like, what if this happened somewhere in there? And it'll go, cool. Got that little scene, we work it out, brainstorm it, and then at the end, we wrap it all up, pitch it.
Who are we pitching it to?
You guys.
Gotcha.
Pitch it to everyone.
And then they can tell us if it sucks or not.
Let us know if you like it. And if you like it, we'll start looking through things. And
maybe we'll develop it.
Maybe we'll develop it. Yeah.
All right.
So I think that's kind of where we're at. We're still in limbo land.
How old is your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel, I started, I think, in 2006 with a movie that you and I made.
Oh, which one?
Do you remember that there was a film festival called the 168-Hour Film Festival?
The 168. Was that the one where we used the smoke machine and the stairs?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, put it up. And so that was the first video I uploaded to YouTube. And it was maybe a year after YouTube started, way before Google. And it was 360p was the highest resolution. So I was like, I can't do that. And so I didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden HD came along.
And then we were like, oh, what am I going to do with my DVX 100?
Yeah, an extended play because you could only do like 12-minute videos at a time. They changed it. So,
Well, it's good that Google bought it.
yeah.
$3 billion. They've made their money back. I want to say my channel, you might have had yours first, because I want to say I'm between 2005 and 2007.
Okay, so they're probably close to the same time because we had this idea, us and remember Seth?
Yeah.
We all had this idea. We were working at a post-production facility that Kodak owned before they
Did
went
you hear
out of
about
business.
Technicolor?
Oh, they going out of business?
They're going
too?
out, yeah. I
It's
get
all-
Variety pops up on my algorithm and
You know why it's going out?
the internet.
These things, DaVinci Resolve, it used to be $100,000 system. Blackmagic bought it, and now you can get it for free by downloading it on the internet from their website. So, or you get the pro version for $300.
Jared, we are not promoting anyone until they give us
All right,
something for our ideas.
there you go.
I've promoted Variety. I do. I've promoted Google. Who else have I promoted in the course of this conversation?
If you would like to sponsor our show,
Yes, we are available to
links in
sponsors.
the description.
Going back to the 168, I have not forgotten about how cool that was. I have some friends who were in the military, and we needed to have some kind of hostage situation, and so we went to their house. We filled it up full of smoke, and we had the flashlights and some fake
You remember where we got the flashlights, or do you know where I got them from?
Rise Electronics,
99-cent store.
Ah.
It came in a pack of 3.
and we had 3 dudes. But what was so cool of it is like these Marines were trained, and I feel like they made it look cooler than it could have been if it was a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
actors.
And didn't we shoot it? When I was working at Laser Pacific, they would do Christmas parties. In the first year I was there, they did a Christmas party, and they'd always do these raffles. I won a video camera, like a Sony it was a 480 camera, but I won it, and it was like the only time I've won any sort of raffle. And I got that, and we shot the entire movie on it. It looked good for being a mini DV movie. And then I got a adapter because there was a microphone input, and then I got paid $400 to record a graduation at Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton, and it paid for itself.
That's
And I
fantastic.
still have it. Maybe we should pull it out sometime and make a movie with it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I just, cleaning out boxes, I came across a mini DV Panasonic, little handheld. I probably used it for recording football games or whatever. And, it's like trash bin or shelf. And I'm like, where's it going to end? It ended up on the shelf.
That's
and
where
my
it goes.
thought was like, there is something about retro visuals. Like there's still some value to that. I mean, I still got the DVX 100, which remember how the reds used to pop and we were like, oh my God, that looks so good.
Because the DVX 100, my first movie, do you remember what we shot that one on? The Western Bounty?
I don't remember. No, I don't.
Panasonic
HDX.
HBX 200.
Yeah.
So it was the HD version, and we shot in 720p because it only shot in 1080i, and I figured
Yeah.
I could have an extra like 10 lines of resolution in quality, have it shooting progressive as opposed to interlace. Because I was gonna
You're talking about Bounty right now?
Bounty, yeah.
How many years ago did you shoot that?
Shot that in January, February, the end of January, early February of 2007.
Okay, so almost getting close to 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's still making you money, paid back investors.
Yeah, except for me.
Yeah.
The woes of low budget filmmaking and the 2000s distribution opportunities. So
Well, that's all changed now. So
changing. So
I don't mind going off on tangents like this. However, I am curious as if to that camera is running because it's the only one on a small battery. This guy's going.
should I go look?
No, I can do. I'm not attached to anything. I can do that. Let's do a little wrap up.
We're wrapping up. So we've come up with some seed ideas for a title. You can throw that in the description, and we're getting ready. And our next episode, we're gonna come up with some story ideas.
We are.
We
Are
are.
we going to do that right now?
We're gonna wrap up, and then.
Yeah, baby.
So if you want to see what this show produces for story ideas, watch wherever we put it. Watch the next video.
There's this gal on the internet. I heard her say, don't tell people to like and subscribe. Tell them
To watch the next video.
you just did that.
I did.
Son of a